up, guys? It's your girl, Chrys Childs, Crystal Y. I'm the one and only FUBU Radio. You know, I'm glad you tapping in and locked in, but you know the only way to truly stay tapped is to close. What out? Follow me. All right. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chrys Childs, the one and only Crystal Y. Don't ask me why. We chilling right now at FUBU Radio with the one, the only Dizzy Brown.
That's tough. I like that.
You like that? The crowd,
that was real
the
tough.
crowd roars. They're
I was
doing
about
the
to get up and
wave.
start dancing.
They're doing the
hype.
wave, right?
I like that.
Apollo
that.
style. All right, Dizzy. Listen, we gotta let them know this is a throwback, but a future thing too.
It's a lot of years in with me and you and radio, podcasts, and all that fun stuff.
You're gonna keep it calm and professional. It's a lot of years in. Yeah. No, me and Dizzy, we've been doing this. We go back a couple of different platforms, doing the podcast radio thing, and it's always a pleasure to have you back for us to revisit Circle, and get our little spidey senses on.
Yeah, for sure. But thank you for having me, first of all. And I'm super proud of everything you've done, accomplished throughout the years, and you still grinding. Mm-hmm. So I love where you at right now.
Thank you. See, you have to surround yourself around people that can give you your flowers and see how we show love. That's the example that I'm trying to lead. Show love, man. Put your friends up. Build your circle. Build a strong circle because you never know what you guys are all working towards and what that'll become, right?
That's a big fact. I appreciate you for that, too.
All right, but we're going to talk a little bit about you because we've been watching you. Listen, first and foremost, you already know the deal. Follow us on the socials, y'all. Official FUBU Radio. Me at Chrys Childs. Dizzy, tell them where to find you.
Dizzy Brown 718 on Instagram. On everything, Dizzy Brown 718. Dizzy Brown, the color Brown 718.
That's it. Listen, so I know pretty much you're in the mix. You do a little bit of everything. You're kind of like the everything guy. Yeah. But when someone asks you what you do, right, because your first friend over here, your colleague, Destiny, just asked, listen, when you ask yourself, what do you do, how do you collectively describe that?
Yo, now I just tell people I just have fun.
You just have fun?
Yeah.
Is that like your job title?
Yeah, just have fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like I reached a part of my career, I'm just having fun now. Like, I'm just doing whatever I want to do and just creating more and stuff like that. So when people ask you, what do you do? I'm like, just having fun. And then aside from that, like an actual title, I'm the neighborhood hero. I'm here to...
I love that.
Take care of the neighborhood.
I love that. The real neighborhood hero.
The real one.
Yes.
Facts, the real one.
I mean, because the real talk, that's what it really is. You do a lot of community work. You did something for Thanksgiving, for Christmas. You're doing the photo shoot. But this is not just a holiday thing. This is something you do for the community all year round.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about some of your community endeavors?
Yeah, so I had a lot of amazing community stuff I did. So one of my favorite ones I did, I actually worked on social media with this. So I asked social media what areas got the most homeless people in it. Mm-hmm. So I rented out a Sprinter out of my pocket, went to a restaurant out of my pocket, and just drove around the whole Brooklyn feeding homeless people. Mm-hmm. And then this was super cool. It's just something that we wanted to do. You feel me? Yeah. It's we have to do it.
No, it feels good to give back in any capacity. Anytime I can give back, especially me, I'm running the restaurants and the clubs. Anytime we have leftover food and they go to throw it out, I hate it. It's I consider it blasphemous. So I definitely try what I can to give that food to people who are in need, who could use a good meal for the night. So I know that feels good. It's all warm inside.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. Anything give back. You feel me? I love that. I love everybody that does give back. You never know what somebody's going through. Mm-hmm. Especially for me, I take care of my whole entire community because I live in this community. I was raised in this community, and my son's gonna be in this community. So I gotta make sure by the time he's a certain age, he has everything he needs. Right. So by the time he's 5, I'm already gonna have basketball in my neighborhood. I'm gonna have baseball in my neighborhood. I'm gonna have soccer in my neighborhood. So he's gonna.
I know, because you're a new dad.
Yeah, new dad.
Yeah, fresh out, only a year old now. Mm-hmm. So I knew that you were doing this stuff way before having a kid. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm only sure that gives you more of a reason to say, I need my community to be X, Y, and Z, because you have a legacy.
A legacy, yeah.
Or at least a legacy to uphold and leave something behind, right?
Correct. Yeah, so I gotta make sure I push hard and grind. I feel like with my son, to just open my eyes up as a father, and made me start seeing the community different and start targeting it in a different kind of way and understanding what's needed for the communities and what was in the community when I was growing up versus was in the community now. Mm-hmm.
One thing I also know about you is you're in touch with a lot of community leaders. And I admire that about you because you never really hear anybody say that. We all tend to have a them, they type of point of view, POV, where we say, well, the government isn't doing this and they're not fixing the streets and we don't have X, Y, and Z. But we don't understand as a people what the correlation is between us and our wants and how it gets heard. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you play a major part in that?
Yeah, it's crazy because like I'll be sitting down in a lot of these meetings and I'm listening to a lot of stuff that's happening to the community. Like for instance, let's just tap in with Queens. So I know the next plan for the next 10 years in Queens. You feel
Okay.
me? And I'm not even from Queens. And a lot of amazing stuff they're doing from Queens is crazy, crazy dope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So
So
you
I
just
sit-
like, I just know things. Got your
Yeah,
ear
I
to
just
the
be sitting there
streets.
for all types of stuff like NYPD, like meetings. I sit down, but a lot of people don't understand. A lot of stuff is accessible for everybody. You just gotta want to do it. You just gotta want to see what's going on in your community. So anytime, like in my community, is a meeting, I'm just gonna go. No matter what kind of meeting it is, I'm gonna be there.
I mean, you said that right there. These community meetings happen all the time in every hood, in every city, right? So if you want to know, you have to be able to research it. I mean, where
Correct.
could you go? Like, you just Google it online.
Yeah, so yeah, for me, I just Google like my resources is crazy. I got access to everybody and anybody, but like if you don't know, you should just like research, Google, look up your district leaders, look up your assembly people, and figure out what's going on in your neighborhood and just start building off of that. Once you build off of that, you straight.
Right. Have you ever stood for a cause that people might not necessarily have known was a problem?
I see them calls all the time.
I know that's right, what I'm saying, but some people
oh,
don't know is a problem. Tell me about it.
Man, that's a good question. What's a good?
Picked your brain. See?
Yeah,
Got
you
'em.
know, because it's like, because now me getting more into the community, I'm trying to see a lot more now, you know. So it's like certain things that people be complaining about when I be at these meetings, they complain about stuff that we can control.
Okay.
You know, such as let's say garbage. Like, all right, this is our neighbor. How about you pick it up?
Right.
Dog poop.
Yeah.
It's not security. It's your dog.
It's your dog,
You know,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it's all about your community you in. you know?
Educating our community too to also take accountability, because I think
That's number one.
we lack the accountability stage somewhere in our raising too. Let's be honest. You
That's a-
know,
that's a big
we was
fact.
running amok. People ain't trying to give them old fashioned beatings anymore. So
Yeah, it's
You know,
different
you're
now.
right. Things that we can control now, but the things that we can't, that we need funding and so on and so forth.
And that's when the assembly people and numbers start playing a part. Because if they see us in the community being active and actually want to change, they're going to want to come to you. Because, like I said, for me, it's easy because I got assembly people contacting me. District leaders contacting me. When it comes down to numbers, they contact me. Why? Because I'm going to bring people out. And there's a cost behind it. And I want to change. No matter what it is, I want to change what it is.
Nice. So what's the next big thing? I know we're doing something for Christmas. 100
Yeah, so we have a
families.
lot of big things. I'm gonna say something. So this Sunday I got a toy drive that I'm doing.
Nice.
It's Safe House Toy Drive. That's the 3rd. The 9th is a holiday photo shoot with over 100 families. Sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, the following weekend I'm actually gonna be casting for like a TV show.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be working on that. Then Christmas Day, I'm getting all my friends and everybody I worked with all together. And we're
Love
gonna
that.
go through my community and just give out toys and just give out supplies and stuff that people need.
You are the neighborhood hero, because like somehow when you're like describing it, I saw the twinkle in your eye, and I
Yeah.
could see like the cloud of imagination, like just walking through.
Like
the
Charlie
gifts.
Brown.
It felt
Yeah.
good. And I
Yeah.
heard the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I felt happy.
Thank you.
No,
thank you,
I
thank
love
you.
that.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit more about this show that you're casting for. Is this Hush Hush?
Yeah, so it's basketball. You know, it's a basketball company I do a lot of marketing and promotion for, and they actually doing a documentary on the gentleman.
Nice.
So I'm just gonna get the entertainment, such as the dances, the plays, the attitudes, you know, to make the show a little pop up and stuff
Now,
like that.
like I said, Dizzy is in the mix and a little bit of everything. You know,
Yeah.
you all over, because at one point you was working with Wild and Out.
Still, yeah, that's fam. I got, you know, Nick
Yeah.
Cannon and the fan. They send the Jack and stuff like that. They just like always show me love.
Mm-hmm.
Nick and everybody shows me love.
What specifically were you doing? Because I just knew you were in the mix and people were going to the shows. But,
Alright,
you know,
so-
I know you're the fun guy.
Yeah,
but
so-
this is what I'm talking about, the superhero. It's like the Clark Kent and Superman. I can't tell.
Yeah, so for a while now, I started first more like they had me do a little bit of everything, to be honest, but it was more towards marketing promotion.
Okay.
You know, and then once I started like going to shows with them, they would see my personality. Let's put you over here. Let's do this. Let's do that. So like when I was in Chicago, I was in charge of all the audience members. You know, I was the one bringing the audience members on the stage, so they
Oh,
could
nice.
joke on them, stuff like that. But when I was in New York, I was doing all the merge, selling the merge and stuff like that. You know, so it was
They
crazy.
knew how to use your talents, like your
Yeah.
charm and your charisma. Because definitely,
For
like,
sure.
you know, you tall,
Yeah,
you know,
so
he got that soft-spoken voice. You know, I mean, he got jokes. He thinks I'm little, but
yeah,
it's relative. It's a point of view.
Man, you are, your height is like, you almost there though. You feel me? You get there one day.
No, I won't.
Don't
Stop
feel-
growing.
Yeah, y'all
That's
stopped
it.
growing a long time ago.
That's
what's up.
it.
All right.
And I'm okay.
But you got a big spirit. Your energy is like
It's all
7
right.
foot
You know what it is? Every time we see each other, this is how we see each other, sitting at the mics.
Yeah,
the height
facts.
don't matter right now.
It doesn't.
All right, that's settled.
It's all about energy. It's all about
All
the perfect
about
energy. Yep.
All right. So, Dizzy, what you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just want to, all right, man, so much that's on my mind that I want to like tap in. First of all, I just want to tell everybody to start getting more active in their communities and stuff like that because it's there. Start checking on your elderlies because they are
Definitely.
also there. And also start paying attention to our kids because our kids is our future. That's one of the things I always want to get out. But so I want to
Those
talk
are
about
important things.
Yeah.
Those are important things. The elderly and the children.
And the children, yeah.
They are legacy and our future, so you have to get it right. Especially right now during the holidays, our elderly are left alone. Check on them, even if there's someone in your neighborhood.
And that's why I told them. I was like, listen, when y'all create this list for me, I want everybody. I want to know what the grandparents is in that house because I'm gonna get the grandparents something. I'm gonna get the kids something. I'm gonna get the teen something. Everybody in the house is gonna receive a gift from me. It's not just kids. It's not just kids gonna get a simple toy. No, we're gonna give you more than just a toy. We're gonna give you a book.
Yeah.
We're going to give you hand sanitizer you may need. We're going to get you some masks. We're going to get you some women products. We're going to get you a little bit of everything.
I love that. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Just talk about the kids.
Now, something I want to touch up on is just social media. I feel like what social media is doing to people is really giving them another, like, taking them out from real life.
Oh, yeah.
And it's bringing them, and it's getting worse.
We talk about that all the
time.
We talking about that, man.
Oh, okay,
it's
cool.
getting worse. It's getting worse. Actually, continue with your point, because because we gonna go in right now. Disney.
Yeah. So I just feel like with social media and reality, people forget. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a time where people used to do dumb stuff outside in the street. They usually be embarrassed. Now to the point that you're gonna do dumb stuff and you want to be embarrassed because you want the views, you want the clicks, you want all of that. But after you get all these clicks and views, what happens next?
We're trained monkeys. Essentially, Actually, I wanted to share this because I was watching The Unexplained. I think I said this with Kizo. They were essentially talking about technology getting so good and so realistic, like that we're at the point of we can't tell. Especially with the AI, the deep fake. They're now telling you can't believe what you hear, you can't believe what you see, and it's getting to a state of confusion. So with social media, because I'm about to, get crazy with it. But with social media involved in that, what's ended up happening is, how do we know, and I saw this on a show, which made me go crazy, how do we know that we haven't gotten so used to technology that we're already in a system of a simulation? Because look at the NPCs, like we know what they are, but people are actually legit making money off of pretending to be non-playable characters.
It's dangerous,
Super dangerous.
But like I said, for me, I'm in the neighborhood, so it's like I don't care about the phones. Like I just have a phone because I have a phone. I got to keep up with social media, but I could put my phone to the side and continue to be a neighborhood hero because the neighborhood I'm in. Yeah. My neighborhood is so big that I can just go to every single building and put a flyer up, and they know what's going on. They're gonna go to a location. So technically, I really don't need it, and it's loud.
That's so dope. You're still in real life.
Yeah. So I took everything back to back in the days guerrilla marketing, and like most of my events going to the future is gonna be straight guerrilla marketing, as in meeting people, actually going to stores, actually talking to people. What do you want to see? What would be a change and stuff like that?
No, I love that because I think actually that's what we were talking about with the social media too. It's just that we're so locked in. We don't experience anything. Our phone experiences it first. You've heard the phrase, the phone eat first?
Yes.
And it's like as soon as you get your plate, the cameras are out, you're taking pictures, it's got to be perfect. Everybody got to wait. Nobody can touch their plates, and it gets out of control. So you're not really experiencing. Or the person that films the entire concert, on their social media. It's, okay, great, we get the sneak peek, but at the end of the day, did you really have a good time? Do you remember it? Was it memorable?
And that's people forget too.
So that guerrilla marketing is very, very empowering because there are a lot of people that are saying, put down their phone. You guys were just talking to me about my social media, and I was just explaining to you guys, like, honestly, I try to make a conscious decision to not be so attached to my phone. I have a time limit on my Instagram and social media because I know that too much scrolling, even if it's for this purpose, the research of us having a conversation, too much of that is not a good thing. I try to replace it with maybe writing or scrolling, reading a book or something like that. And we have to remember that, yes, technology makes things for us very, very easy. But remember the time when you used to remember everybody's phone numbers?
Yep, and this is before 718-212-917. You just got to remember half the numbers. Yeah, I remember all of that.
Yeah.
I remember all
I mean,
of
I
that.
could honestly tell you without the ones that haven't changed since that time, I don't remember any numbers,
Nah.
in an emergency, and it's dumbing us down. So I love that you said that because it puts us back in touch to look up, to see what's the sign, et cetera, because we're so used to being on our phones. Even if you're not on social media, you're walking with your phones, you're not looking at signs, you're not looking up, you're just kind of going with the flow.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Scary.
a time. It's gonna be a time. Like for me right now, like every event that I do going forward, I always print out the flyer, like physically print it out, and I also write about it to myself. And then I would look at my notes and I write my notes down, and I just like I'm gonna keep all of that for the future, so people can actually see what I had to do to create an event and like the steps and everything, stuff like that. It's like a crazy blueprint.
I love that. I mean, yeah, I think the blueprint is very important because I think we sometimes forget that we have to go through A to Z,
Yeah.
but there's a whole bunch of letters in between, and you have to mark and cross your T's.
They don't
and
know
dot your
how
I's.
hard it is.
No,
really.
I mean, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, and if you know a skill, I'm talking about like anybody out there that's listening. If you know a skill, like the back of like your hand, I don't even know where that expression comes from. Do you know the back of your hand pretty well?
The back of your hand, yeah, somewhat. I would hope I do.
I mean, okay, whatever, but you guys know what I mean. But if you
Yeah.
know something
Like the
very,
back of
very
your
well,
hand, yeah.
you should definitely try to monetize off of it
I
because
agree.
there are so many people out here that are just looking to learn. You
Mm-hmm.
might not think it's a good thing, but you never know until you put it out there. I'm very big on the sharing with the community.
Okay.
Anybody I can help, anybody that might take a tidbit that might take them further, I'm all for that because a lot of people like to gatekeep.
Yes.
You
Too
know?
much. Too much.
A lot of people like to
Yeah, too
gatekeep.
much.
I want to be the one that has this access. You can't have this connect, or if you want this person or this done, you got to go through me so I can get my PC. And that's why we're constantly failing as a community because we're trying to do what the man is doing us.
Get one up on somebody. Like for me, like I said, I could put anybody onto anything because I'm never uncomfortable because nobody could do what I do.
Hello.
And I've been doing it for like since I was 17. So it's like I had it in my genes. My pops did it, my moms did it. So it's just a continuous thing of me just doing.
I love that. Say that again. No one can do what you do.
Yeah,
People,
that's a
listen, the ideas are out there. Listen, we've been humans for as old as time. Well, not really as long time. There's some other organisms out there. But the point that I'm trying to get is, we make the same mistakes. We're doomed to repeat our history if we don't know it. But, at the end of the day, you have your special talent and your tweak. Anybody can teach runway walking. How can they teach that walk? Can they teach something that makes it better for disadvantaged people? Everybody has a say. And I think that's kind of where the mics kind of get involved, where it seems like everybody has a podcast.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not mad at listening to everybody's opinion to a certain extent. But just because someone says it doesn't make it true.
Doesn't make it true, yeah. And it's like, it's crazy because it's always the same subject that they speak on. It's always about relationships.
Battles of the sexes.
Yeah, Battle of the Sexes. We did all of that.
Yeah.
We did all the Battle of the Sexes. We did all the strippers versus bartenders. We did anything to think about. We did it like
We talked about it, been there.
Seen it. We seen
Yep.
it grow. And then we sat there and now we at a place where it's like you don't know who the strippers are, you don't know who the bartenders are, you don't know who the ballers are, you know who's fake, who's real.
I think the erasure of the lines. You
Yes,
know, I get
yes.
everybody wants to be inclusive, but there's nothing exclusive.
Nah,
you know,
not at
it's
all.
like nobody wants to be special. And listen, guys, we're encroaching onto dangerous territory here. We're
Yeah.
taking away our own right to free speech by constantly being offended by things.
Yes.
You know, it's like, I'm so offended, I'm so offended, I'm so offended. So just strip everything away. There's a 10-year-old boy who started a petition for getting rid of the nerd emoji. And I don't want to say nerd in an offensive way, but apparently that's offensive now.
Wow.
But the one with the glasses,
Yeah.
he wants to get rid of it because he deems it offensive. Offensive because it's aligned with the word, quote unquote, nerd. And
Wow.
listen, I say this all the time, sticks and stones break your bones, and words aren't supposed to hurt you.
Yeah,
but
facts.
I do understand not being malicious and mean, but we're at a point where everything is so sensitive. We're trying to be those clones of each other. Like, for what?
You can't it's crazy you said that because like you really can't say a lot no more. Everybody take offense to everything and it's terrible. Like,
Watching a movie in the 90s is like the most entertaining thing now to me. It's like sport. I love watching it because I'm like, oh, yes, you said that.
Yeah.
And no one's offended in this room. It was like, okay, granted, a lot of things went down in the 90s that shouldn't have went down. But it's definitely a little
So why do you
liberating.
think is that now though? Like why do you think everybody's so like, oh, you said that. Oh, you ain't supposed to do that. And when do you think it really started?
Well, I mean, we can speculate, right?
Yeah, for
but
sure.
I think there was a time where things started to tilt and it became too vulgar or too much or too disciplined or too this, because let's be honest, some people grew up with abusive parents where
Yeah.
disciplining was like holy hell, like
Yeah,
you
for
trying to
sure.
kill this kid, and I think we grew up in a generation where we said, well, not us particularly, but the generation under us said, I don't want to do things the way my father did it or my mother did it or the way my boss did it, et cetera. So we started creating these boundaries, and that was someone else's experience. They're trying to protect themselves, and rightfully so. But the sensitivities are coming up because we just can't handle it anymore.
No.
We're not teaching our children to be strong. We're teaching them to say, no, you don't tolerate that, which is acceptable. But again, we're lacking balance.
Yeah, it's a fact. And I think a lot of times is like a lot of these kids had kids, and a lot of these kids didn't have an opportunity to grow up. And like really, so they going based on what they have know.
You raising your kid like your best friend.
Yes,
Because they are. We have
yeah.
children young out of trauma most of the time.
Yeah, and now these kids is getting to the age where they don't want to have no kids because they seen their mother like 10 years older than them or like 15 years older than them. Is like, nah, ma, like you not even right by me. So
And you have to grow up fast.
fast, yeah. And I think this day and age, honestly, too, I think it's a lot of growing up fast. The kids are getting older, bigger, smarter.
Lack of morals.
Morals they don't care about no more. Morals out the window.
I mean, because like church left the household, like you said, kids having kids, also the soft parenting, like I said, like
I went to
there's nothing
church,
wrong with
so-
gentle parenting, but we all know like not one kid is like the other. You can have a perfect child and that second child will be a terror. They said the second child is a trick.
Oh, wow.
Because the first child is so perfect. Well,
perfect.
sorry not to say first children are perfect, but they say because you think you got it right. The first kid tricks you into thinking like, yo, this is easy, and then the second kid comes out wilding. That second kid might not need gentle parenting,
Nah, that second kid is up because it's going to be raised by that older sibling. Both
But they're going to
parents.
get the confidence.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
the family dynamic is a very interesting one. But generationally, we are getting softer.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But you know what? Actually, boom, light bulb. I actually remember a quote where it talked about hard people, they create good times. Good times create like comfortable people, and comfort creates like soft people, essentially. This generation, actually, we're the benefit of the other generation's work. So I
Yeah.
can't even say it's about soft parenting. So I'm going to actually retract that. This generation that is very soft is the benefit of a generation where they got blessed. It became a little easier.
Yes.
They can stand up and say what they want to do because let's be
Yes.
honest, our parents couldn't stand up for their rights or
Correct.
say things freely or dress how they
Yep.
wanted to. So now that those rights are available, they going ham.
Yeah, they going ham.
They
'Cause
going ham.
Everything's on social media. All you got to do is pull your phone out and see what's going on. Back in the days, they didn't have a phone. They didn't have a lot of access. So you seen what's going on in Palestine. You see what's going on in Texas. You see what's going on in L.A. You see just by just getting on your phone. And that's why your phone is can hurt you in so many different ways. Because all you got to do is go to your phone, your algorithm, everything pops right in front of you, whatever you want to see.
You gotta be careful what you say around your phone. It comes up.
It comes
And
up.
not only that, some of y'all be telling on yourselves
All the time.
on these phones, doing crimes on the phone because
Yeah.
you're keeping it real. Like that's not keeping it real if you carrying the evidence for your demise.
Yeah.
We're getting very Big Brother, and if you don't know what that means or haven't seen anything, maybe check out Eagle Eye.
Eagle Eye, yeah.
Yeah, that was actually a dope movie. But we have to realize like. Yes, we're afforded certain freedoms, especially being in America at this point in our lives. But the thing about it is each decision that we make collectively as a community, as a country, as a state, we're essentially taking away some of our rights. The freedom of speech. We're taking away our freedom of privacy because, again, we're recording everything. I could be recording you right now, and someone behind you didn't agree to be on the film. Now that film goes viral, and now their privacy, et cetera, will come taken from another angle. It gets wicked.
A lot. Yeah, extremely. And I like the fact you made an interesting point, like with our generation too, like for them being our future, and then for them being able to stand up for a lot of stuff. Because like
It's a privilege.
Yeah, it's like from back in the days versus now, it's just simple. Oh, I'm going to Times Square to protest. Oh, I'm going here to protest. I'm going to do this protest. And everybody like, what are you protesting for? Like, exactly. And me the neighborhood hero. I'll put up a post like, yo, I need some donations. And everybody actually, hey, can I help? Hey, can I contribute? So it's good. You know, it made it easy for a lot of people and stuff
It
like
definitely did, you know, but we have to use our powers for good, right?
that. Yeah.
You know, because with great power comes great responsibility.
Yes,
You
yes,
know,
yes,
at the end of the day,
yes.
you can use what you can for good and you can use what you can for evil at the end of
For
the day.
evil.
So it's really up to you. And if you have an opportunity to pull someone up or kick them down, that really says a lot about you. And you have to live with you at the end of the day.
Yep.
Like, let's be honest, there's a lot of skeletons in people's closets that are coming out now, right?
OD, yep.
OD.
Yeah.
Skeletons are coming out because at the end of the day, they knew what they were doing.
In the night, yeah.
They whether they felt they can sleep at night, they couldn't have possibly slept well because at some point down the line, when you do dirt, it's gonna get kicked up in your face.
Yeah, and more stuff's gonna come out, and then there's more people is gonna come out because they're gonna have to defend themselves to the point it's like it only takes one person.
Oh yeah, because you know we got mob mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, once one goes over the cliff, that's it. Everything's a great idea when it's a group. Everything.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's why your mama said, if your friend jump off a bridge, will you?
Would you?
And then when you got an attitude, you probably be like, I might.
Nah, you know, that's how you do the crime by yourself. You feel me? Everything you do by yourself. That's why for me, how I move is usually by myself. You know, like everybody around me, I know is good people. So it's always good energy, good vibes around them. So it's always like we're always safe and we're always good.
Yeah.
You know? So it works out.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. You just gotta live true to yourself. I think we get too wrapped up in what other people think of us or how they view us that we even pick our friend circles in that way. You know, hang out with this person because they're popular or what they can do for me. At the end of the day, you know, these things when you all alone and you in your worst, you gotta think, who can you call? Who's gonna be there for you? You know, who have you been there for?
Yeah,
who
that's
have
a
you
fact.
been able to been called upon for? You know, at the end of the day, you have to be able to give and also to give to receive. You have to be a reflection of yourself,
That's
right?
a big fact, yeah.
You like that, right?
I love it. I love you talking that talk.
You know, we gotta bring it home. We gotta bring it home. But like I said, and I say this more often because as I'm getting older, I really do appreciate my friends. The friends that are new, but the friends that I've met that have been 10 years strong.
Yes.
And as I look at each
Yes.
individual that I chose, it's not so much like, okay, yes, I'm bonded to this person, you know, because of our experiences. You know, sometimes we have to recognize the difference between trauma bonding. Sometimes
Yes.
we're friends with people because of the traumas that we went through.
That's a
You know,
fact.
that's okay. But can you
Yeah.
grow with this person? Who is this person relatively in your circle? You know, if you still feel like you the baddest and the hottest and this and that, I love the high self-esteem. But if you all that in the same rooms, the same parties, the same festivals, the same people, are you really elevating?
Nah.
You know, and I think we don't like to ask ourselves those questions because it makes us uncomfortable. We don't like to be uncomfortable. We don't like to be in a room where we don't feel like we know each other or nobody recognizes us for the names that we made for ourselves. And I think that's the next chapter, to be honest with you. Start being uncomfortable in some rooms.
I like that. So for me, like I said, when somebody asks me what I do, I just like I have fun, right? Because even when I walk in these rooms, I might feel uncomfortable, but I know I got to be in that room. So I make my presence known because I'm gonna laugh, I'm gonna joke, I'm gonna make sure somebody remember who I am. That's why my name itself, Dizzy Brown. Like, I don't even go by my first name, like legit. It's Dizzy Brown, like. For real? Yes. Dizzy Gillespie? Yes.
Yeah.
Dizzy, you drink too much? Dizzy. Yes. Dizzy Brown, like Charlie Brown? That's who I am. So I tackle everybody from like the older people down to the young because every old person knows Dizzy Gillespie is.
Yeah.
Everybody drinks from time. Well, whoever drinks, you get dizzy. Charlie Brown is right there. So it works out, you know.
Now, being able to flow through all generations is a gift.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
crazy.
I actually got to speak to my friend Morris and his partner. He was saying that it's something called the grandma test. You know, when they try to test new artists, the grandma test is this is a song that you could play for your grandma. Can you play it for a 1-year-old? Like if it passes those generations, then you got a hit.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we need to apply that to everything in our life. You know,
Yeah,
if it passes the generational test, like it's great to have something right now, something that's a fad, something that gets you on. If you have that and you want to get it on, ride that coattail. But if you're looking to really create legacy and iconic status, you have to do something that goes through generations.
Correct.
You know, so
yes.
I love it. You know.
Yeah, and I feel like everything me and my team and everybody around me is doing is exactly that. because
Transcending through generations.
Yeah, we added more. You feel me? Like with the holiday photo shoot itself, like a lot of the older people say, "Oh, I don't got no holiday pictures with my family. I don't got no holiday."
That's true. We don't do that anymore.
Nobody don't do that. So my advertisement when I was promoting, it was like, "Yo, forget about JCPenney. Come to me. I'm doing it for free." So once I put that up within the first like day and a half, I was like, the first day I was at 86. And then my job, they was like, let me see how like fast you get to 100. I said, don't see how fast it gets to 100. It's going to pass 100. Y'all going to have to stop it.
Yeah.
They didn't listen to me, so it went up to 127.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's like, now I got to do 127 families, but it's a beautiful thing because it's my team.
Yeah.
We all collectively working on this and building it together.
No, it absolutely is a beautiful thing because you're creating memories, lifelong memories.
Yep.
And also could be starting traditions because you're right. We got so used to our phones and having these albums that we don't print them out. I mean, I had a family album. I was lucky to have one growing up, but I can't honestly say that any of my nieces or nephews might have one. You know, so we need to have something physical to remind us that we're here, we're real. It's right now.
That's a fact. And everything I'm doing is creating for my son too. It's like I look at events, I look at stuff, I look at things that my son, for instance, my son's first birthday party. Well, what's funny is that my son never had a birthday party. He had a birthday party with my baby mother. For me, he had a meet and greet.
Okay.
Because a lot of people
I like that.
Yeah, a lot of people never had an opportunity to meet my son.
First meet and greet, son.
Yeah. And then what I did was like, I did like a Hall of Fame wall with every month. So when he was at 1, 2, 1 through 12. So everybody was actually in the Kingdom House. They seen it. Like, oh, this is super cool. This is different. Like, you already prepared this. I said, yeah, you got to learn how to create. So I've been creating everything for my son. Like, so, but when he turned 2, I'm going to do Terrible 2s. I'm going to rent out a movie theater.
Nice.
So I've been video him since he turned 1.
Oh, so
trying to walk in. So when everybody see it, like, damn, this is
a movie.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's all about creating.
Like red carpet.
Yeah, for
Right?
sure.
I like that.
For sure.
Terrible 2s. 2's my favorite number.
Oh, for real?
It is.
That's
I
dope.
love it.
I just had to backtrack because, like, before my son came, one of my friends at work at Shaquille O'Neal movie theaters, they put "Welcome Home Saint David" on the screen. Nice. So I was like, from there, I was gonna run it up. So like his first.
It don't cost that much to rent out a movie theater.
Nah, it doesn't.
It doesn't. That's what people don't know.
It
all right. So date ideas, you know.
Dating ideas, fact. That's a dope date. You feel me? Dope date. I just like being different.
We gave that to you for free.
I got bad fly dates. I ain't gonna say ever give all my gifs because girls will be like, "Oh, Dizzy, you be doing this, that." Yeah, I'm doing everything. Life is good.
Tranquila.
Yeah, life is good when you like you're a good person and you take care of your people and stuff like that. You know,
it is.
It's definitely a good look.
It is. It is. It is. So one last thing, let's talk about real quick because you know you're the king of it all and having fun.
Yeah,
I actually
for sure.
ran across something that talked about difference between like marketing and branding and your logo and so on and so forth. And it just went on to say, you know, the difference between just the logo and branding itself is obviously like the recognition. You know, and I don't think a lot of people understand how important it is to be recognized for who their brand is. Do you have any words for anybody who's looking to get their branding together?
Branding is who you are, and what you want people to like. They look at it like, okay, that's such. If you look at a check, you're not gonna say it's a check. That's Nike. You're gonna say Nike versus a check. You're, like for me, so when people see my character, that's Dizzy Brown character, and then they looking at what I'm wearing. Oh, Charlie Brown, and then they just gonna relate to both. So like my logo itself speaks volume.
Yes, I love it.
Heavy volume. Yeah. So.
All right, you hear it. So you want to drop any gems before we go? Because we could talk all day.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm like, let me cut it because we'll be here. And y'all
so
take notes.
like I said, for me, it's the only gems. Like, we coming into a new year. I just want everybody to be good at it. Continue grinding. Stop worrying about the next person's plate. Just eat off your own plate and try to create more opportunities for everybody else in your community. That's pretty much what
I love that. You spit that like it was a rhyme. I almost want to like bounce my head to it.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's a rap, but I don't know how to rap.
Nah, you just say it.
Yeah, I just say it. Just be flowing.
And I'm not going to lie. Today I got mad at the drawer and I said something wild and I was like, yo, that was a bar.
Oh, yeah. See, you might have it in you. Everybody has it in them. It's just about how the flow going to come and stuff like that.
I'm going to be talking about the club. Y'all not ready for that.
Nah.
Yo, Dizzy, thank you for coming through, having this conversation.
It's family, it's family.
Nah, we flow. We're going to have to do this a little bit more often. Talk about some things people want to hear. Come talk to me and Kizo. Because, I just be bouncing some things off of him so, I could have both of you here.
That's the unk right there. I mean,
have some life conversations.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, set me up. I'm always here. I'm definitely gonna collab with you guys. After we leave here, we're gonna figure out what we could do before the year's over.
Absolutely.
And what event we could move for the next one. And Dizzy Brown here, you feel me? 718.
Dizzy Brown 718. Follow him. Make sure you stay in touch. And guys, you know, we're getting to the holiday season. It always feels good to do something during this holiday season, whether it's to donate, to do something with the soup kitchen, giveaways, toy drives, coat drives. All that is wonderful, but let us also remember too, we have an entire year. We don't have to do it just at the end of the year,
That's a
you know,
fact.
because, you know, we want to be on the nice list. You know, we get caught up in the holiday suite, but, you know, all of us struggle at one point, you know, at the
Facts,
end of the day. It doesn't have to be just the homeless. It could be as simple as checking on your people next door. You know, don't forget about the community, because I think that's what we're lacking the most, is just that community.
And I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. If y'all want to get rich in 2024, this is the trick. Subscribers. Get subscribers. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. However y'all do it, just get subscribers and watch how you build off of that. Because this is something like, I'm telling everybody, it's something I'm building over my team, and it's a numbers game.
No, it absolutely is.
You know, so yeah.
Get subscribers. You heard it here. All right, I'm your girl, Chrys Childs. Chrys, why? Do not ask me why. This is FUBU Radio, and that's Dizzy Brown. All right.
Love it. It's dope. It's dope.
Later. Tap in.
Dope. Good shit.